Hello, everyone, and welcome back. Today, we're looking at the Cobra Rat. So, the Cobra Rat was first released in the United States in 1992 and unfortunately was discontinued in 1993. This is an interesting little vehicle. It's a high speed attack hovercraft. Really, we don't have a lot of weapons on here, but it is a very fast paced vehicle to get someone in and out in a hurry. The other nice thing kind of is, we can go in, cause a lot of havoc, and then quick get out. Really a good tactic for Cobra to be able to just, do some nice disruptive things. We do have some spinning discs here, which are kind of nice. I think they're supposed to, it said they'll throw off chaff, so in case that they're being attacked. So I don't have these listed as weapons or anything else. Flak rotors, I'm just kind of keeping it as part of just the look of the vehicle, just kind of going from there. Now we do have some spinning blades, so this is a little bit new, adding a little new dynamic in here, because really you're kind of meant to shoot everything up with your miniguns on the side, and anything that you don't shoot up, you just run into and just hopefully demolish the dickens out of. Now, the other thing is, instead of having a fan blade in the back, we do have some sort of jet motors to kind of propel us. So it should go a little bit faster, and I think we do have that kind of done up in that regard. So, kind of a nasty little vehicle, something that's very fitting for Cobra to do. Yes, come on, kitten. All right. And as always, as I'm trying to do a video, then I have my little assistant, Indy, trying to say, hey, come pet me. Yes, yes, you do. All right. Unfortunately, there's the rotors are often missing. One of those things. If it can shoot off, yeah, we shoot them off, and then we kind of lose it. There's no other variants of the rat known, according to Yojo.com here, and unfortunately, the retail price is not listed here as well. So I don't know the original retail price. Something like this, I'm going to say, was probably about like maybe $12 way back in the day. But without fully knowing, it's just kind of hard to say. Would be a nice vehicle in a lot of sense for them to come up with today for the 6-inch classified figure line. So, with that, let's get into our D6 stats and go from there. All right, so looking at this, the rats at speeder scale. My mind's just looking at the speed because I just don't know if I really want to keep it at that speed or not. It sounds like it should be a decent speed. I just don't know if that would be fitting for it or not. If it doesn't seem like it's a correct speed for you, just feel free to do whatever changes you need to do. All right, so length is going to be about 20 feet. We have a crew of one. I don't see anywhere that we're going to get passengers on here. So I don't have any passengers being listed. Our cargo capacity is going to be down to 45 kilograms, keeping it at a full coverage. Our altitude is going to be ground to maybe about 5 meters, somewhere in that neighborhood. Maneuverability, I think this might be fairly maneuverable, so I kept it at about a 3D. Now, our speed here, our movement is about 60 miles per hour. Um, with the jet engines on there, I don't know if that's going to be too slow. I don't know if it should be too fast. There's a part of me that says maybe it should get bumped up to maybe like 80 miles an hour, but this, with the jet engines, yeah, it's going to be, sitting way back here. It's going to be a little bit longer, but I really don't know. Um, like I'm saying, if you feel it needs to go faster, by all means, make it go faster. Um, I just don't know exactly where to put it. So it's always open to interpretation as to what we think it should be. Now, body strength, I do have this as a 3D. Maybe um, because of the way it's designed, and I put the front spinning blades on afterwards. Maybe what we should do is uh, put a little extra uh, here. We'll put an extra plus 1D in the front. so that way it can run into things and hopefully um, kind of be able to withstand some of that damage. Just kind of saying, if we have the spinning blades here, we might want to have that beefed up a little bit more. And looking at the contour here, it does look like there's a kind of like a little bit of a lip. So maybe that front is reinforced just a little bit more. So we'll just kind of add that in there for a little extra caveat. Let's see, we have two twin blaster cannons. These are fire linked. I'm going to say that they should probably be fire linked all together. I've seen one picture where they can kind of swing out. You know, trying to maneuver something like this at a fast speed, I think if they just shoot forward and they're roughly, all just fire linked together, I think that's pretty deadly. Keeping smaller cannons at a speeder scale, but now being able to do 70 damage because there's just a bunch of them, I think that really adds to it. Uh, of course, these are at speeder scale. Fire control is going to be a 1D plus 2. And our damage is going to be a 7D. Now, throwing this in here, our front spinning blades, they're on the front sides. Personnel scale, range is going to be at touch. I don't have a fire control. That's just going to be your piloting. And damage is going to be 7D. I figure between the blades and the speed that you're going, that's going to cause that much damage. So if you run into a car or something like that, yeah, you could be doing 5D damage to cars, and to a tank that would still be 3D damage. It's nothing to really sneeze at. It's one of those, it can be deadly, but the bigger the vehicle we get into, the more damage we're liable to do to ourselves. Uh, so just kind of leaving it at that. First time I've really done a physical weapon like this on a vehicle, so um, you know we'll just take it for what it is, and just have as much fun as what we can with this. But as things go on, I don't know what we're going to hit in the future. We'll just play it all by ear. So with that being said, I think we have a pretty good grasp on the vehicle. I think it works out pretty good. Another fast terroristic vehicle for that sense, because you can get in, cause a lot of havoc, get out, and everyone's trying to figure out what's all going on. And I think that's really good because they can cause enough trouble in those regards. And it's not overly big, so maybe they could have a couple of these on some semis or whatever, and then they could get maybe like two of these out per semi, and then just take over an area, hold it until they can get some reinforcements in, and kind of go from there. So, with that being said, thank you so very much for joining me today. It's always wonderful having you here. Hope you're doing well, and I will see you in the next video.